Guys, a little over a month ago I did a video called Top 10/10 Budget Fragrances, and I featured 10 fragrances and I think that are 10/10. One of the fragrances I featured in that video was a fragrance called Rosenrot. It's from a brand called Rammstein, which is actually a band that releases fragrances, so sort of like celebrity fragrances, but celebrity fragrances that are really, really great. I featured this in that video. In that video I mentioned I purchased 5 more. Finally, I have the fragrances in my hands because I couldn't directly go buy these fragrances. They're a little difficult for us in USA or outside of the EU to get these because they do ship in the EU. Obviously, they're easier to get in Germany, and they're very, very inexpensive. This one retails for 39 euros in the EU. The Eau de Toilettes retail for 29 euros. Very inexpensive, very well made fragrances. So in today's video I'm going to go over 5 new fragrances that I have that I purchased from eBay today. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about the original Rosenrot that I featured in that Top 10/10 Fragrances video. So if you're curious to learn about Rammstein's fragrances, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian. Yes, today we're talking about Rammstein's fragrances. There's 5 that I purchased, and this one I brought back from Europe with me. And I've been really enjoying this particular fragrance. This does remind me of a little bit of some other fragrances, and I mentioned in the video, I believe, it reminds me of Rose 31 from Le Labo and also Portrait of a Lady from Frederic Malle. But it could also remind me a little bit of something like Rosenqueer from Frederic Malle, because it's got a very green stemminess about it. So it's a great scent. Those of you that are in the EU, especially Germany, how easy is it for you guys to get these fragrances? Do let me know. Put a comment down so I can find out. And if you are a fan of these fragrances and you have plenty, let me know what you have and what I should check out after watching this video, because I just bought some random fragrances. Every single one of the fragrances that I bought is unisex, except for one is a feminine targeted, not this one. I'll tell you which one it is, but let's get started. The first one I'm going to talk to you about is their first fragrance, and I've been wanting to really get into this particular fragrance. As soon as I discovered this particular fragrance, I thought, okay, I need to check it out. I've known about Rammstein for a long time. I've known about their music. It's not really my favorite kind of music, but I've known about them. And when I heard about this particular fragrance called Kokain, I was really excited about it, but it was very difficult, and I haven't been to Germany for a long time. So finally, when I got that and brought it back from Europe, I said, you know what, I need to dig into this. Looked up eBay, and there's a bunch there. So Rammstein's Kokain came out in 2019. This is the only Eau de Toilette concentration fragrance I have in the collection here. The rest of them are Eau de Parfum. And from what I gathered on their website, because not all these fragrances I'm going to talk to you are on their website, or at least I couldn't find them, this particular one retails on their website for 29 euros. I have not smelled this one yet. It's not opened. It's sealed, as you can see. It's got tape on here and here. So let's go ahead and open it up. Those of you that do know this particular fragrance, what do you think about it? Be warned, I went to the Rammstein website, and there is some naughty things on there, so just be warned what might come up. So anyway, just giving you a heads up. If I can get this opened. Okay, so Kokain is in a white-red combo bottle. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, all the fragrances are created by Alexandre Illan. He's a perfumer over at Simrise, I believe. That's what I remember. So yeah, this is an interesting looking bottle. It's got this kind of like chemistry looking or molecule kind of thing in the back there. With their name, and then of course the logo is on front and it's on all the bottles. This is the most simplistic of the fragrances. So I paid $34 for this on eBay, but with the shipping it was actually $57. So this is the least expensive I believe I paid for a fragrance, and it features notes of gasoline or fuel, leather, iris, fruits, burnt woods, patchouli, fire, heroin, cocaine. So I had to look up a couple of different databases to find the notes for this. This was not on the Rammstein website. At least I couldn't find it, and it wasn't pulling up when I searched for it. But there's a couple of other cocaine fragrances, which I have here, the black and the red, that were on the website. I think one of them was maybe the black. Anyway, let's smell this one. Never have smelled this particular one. Really a big fan of Rosenrot. Does this smell like cocaine? So it's pretty light for one. Weird. I guess I can see that it does have a little bit of that kind of powdery white cocaine-like quality. Not that I do cocaine, but interesting. There is something smoky about it. This is very light for some reason. I think the reason that it's in a white bottle, it kind of comes off very pure. I was thinking of it's going to be something very, very wild, like the mention of gasoline or fuel, the burnt woods. It's pretty faint. For me, the idea of snow comes to mind, because there's a California Snow from a brand called A Lab on Fire, which actually they're rebranding as a different brand name. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that. There's definitely something earthy about it, but this one definitely has the smokiness, the burnt woods experience, but it's very faint. It's like very pure, and I was expecting something completely different. Definitely not this. Definitely not this. But if they're going for the idea of this smelling like cocaine, I can see that for sure, because there's a little bit of a powderiness here, and I'm also picking up something leathery for sure. The smokiness is very light. The gasoline fuel thing is very light. And the fact that it has this kind of, what do you call it, this formula looking chemistry designs there, it's kind of got a lightly synthetic thing going for it. You know, it's pleasant. I just think it's very faint. I'm surprised how faint this is compared to the other fragrance that I really, really love. I haven't smelled any of the other ones. This is the first one I'm smelling, Cocaine. Is anybody a fan of Cocaine? I think this would be a great wear for someone that likes light fragrances. At least on me, or what I'm smelling now, is very, very light. I wouldn't rush out to get it, but it's only 29 euros in Germany or in the EU. So do you have it? Are you curious about this? What do you think of the prices and the fact that we can't really get these easily? And then, as I said, this one cost me the least. It's $57 with shipping, so that was fairly decent. It's a 100 ml bottle. So yeah, anyway, Cocaine from Rammstein, or Rammstein. I keep saying Rammstein, but it's Rammstein. The band's called Rammstein. Anyway, moving on to, remember, Rosenrot is the fragrance that really got me to get all these fragrances, to purchase them. So I bought Rosenrot Intense. This comes in this bottle. So it's more of an intense version of the original Rosenrot, this one right here. I really like that rose on the back. Look at that. Is that focused? I really like that rose. So let's see how Rosenrot Intense is. The original Rosenrot came out in 2020. Rosenrot Intense came out in 2021. And again, all the perfumes are created by Alexandre, Illan, and this particular fragrance and the rest of the fragrances I'm going to talk to you about today are EDP. This particular fragrance and the fragrance I spoke about earlier are unisex. There is one feminine coming right now. So this is a gold bottle, as you can see right here. So on here, they actually have the rose on the back as well, whereas here it's clear, and then we've got more of a gold bottle there. So this particular fragrance I purchased for $53.39 on eBay, and with the shipping it was $78.35. So this one's definitely higher priced. And this particular fragrance features notes of blood, Bulgarian rose, rose thorn, frankincense, labdanum, ambergris, suede. So the blood idea kind of threw me off, but I was curious about it because the original one is metallic, and you know, of course, people say there's a kind of a metal like quality with blood, so it makes sense they would add that note in here. How do they add the blood note? We'll see. First time smelling this one. Okay, I'm actually instantly picking up the original. So the original definitely has more of a greenish touch to it. Here, I can see it's gone a little more metallic and more ambery. I think the rose thorn, man, I put my finger here and I think I got a rose thorn like, experience here, pricking my finger. But definitely I can see the blood thing here. It's very metallic. There's definitely a metallic quality about it, but the rose is also very jammy. Definitely very jammy, and I think what they've done is they have more of a rose thorn experience in this one rather than the actual stems, because I got a very stemmy quality from the original. It does have a little incensey quality here, but for me I'm getting a leathery touch. Leathery touch against lots of floral touch from the rose, obviously. Very metallic, and there's a mineral side of this one as well. And of course it's ambery. There's definitely an ambery touch and lightly smoky. So it is not too much different, except for the fact that the original is greener for me, and this particular one has gotten more ambery and a little more metallic is what's going on. I think which one do I like more? Do I like the intense more, or do I like the original more? I have to compare side by side and test. They both smell like one another, but of course the intense is more deep and rich. The regular is more, you know, like fresh. There's a freshness about it, even though both of these are eau de parfum concentration. So let me know your thoughts. Have you compared these two fragrances, Rosenrot Intense against Rosenrot from Rammstein, the band? I'd like to find out. All right, next we're going to two flankers to the original Kokain. The first one I'm going to talk about is Kokain Black Intense. This is a 2021 launch. Did I say when the other one? The Rosenrot Intense was also a 2021 launch. This I purchased for $42.72. With shipping, it was $60.16. I don't know where it came from, but most likely EU somewhere. Still haven't smelled any of these fragrances. This one seemed a little more beat up. The black is a little worn out, as you can see there. EDP once again unisex. I like the black bottle. It's also matte finish. It has that kind of, you know, chemistry kind of a thing right there. What is that called? Anyway, is it a molecular fragrance? Are these molecular fragrances? Maybe that's why they're a little on the synthetic side. But this one features notes of birch tar, resins, Cuban tobacco, smoked tea, myrrh, olibanum, styrax, prunol, and saffron. And just to reiterate, I took the notes down for this one from the Rammstein website. Some of the fragrances were not there, so I had to utilize two different databases, actually three, to get notes and put them down, make sure they were matching, and etc, etc. So let's smell this one. I like the idea of a smoky fragrance, and it's black. We'll see how smoky this is. I have to be honest also, these sprayers are really good. Sometimes you get really inexpensive fragrances and they don't spray very well. These do spray pretty well, so it's definitely worth it. I mean, this is a great value for fragrances. Oh, I'm smelling it already. Okay. This is already smelling very smoky, also kind of rubbery. For some reason, sometimes birch tar does have that kind of rubbery quality. I'm getting that here. It's also kind of a leather rubber experience. Whoa, this one's actually really good. I like this one a lot. So this is so much of a change compared to the original Kokain. Kokain was very, very light for me. It was almost minimalistic. This is very, very heavy, deep, dark, rich. It's reminding me of something, and I can't pinpoint what it's reminding me of, but I like its dark smokiness. It's spicy. I feel like there's a spice in here that I don't know what it is, but not a warm spice, but a fresh spice, so it's kind of contrasting with this kind of warm amberiness, but this freshness is kind of like amplifying, kind of like trying to come out and excite, like it's exciting against the amber. So that's kind of a unique thing. It's almost like a green spice of some kind. Very resinous, very dark, of course. Remember I'm mentioning it's leather, so definitely kind of like that leather rubber experience. I like this one a lot. This is definitely great. Smells great. The fact that it's kind of a boring cap is kind of boring, but then again, it's a very inexpensive fragrance. Of course, it cost me more to get it here than you know, getting it directly from EU. I haven't been to Germany since 2017. Yeah, I haven't been to Germany since 2017. Maybe it's time for me to go back and buy all these fragrances. But the thing is, remember, as I was saying, I didn't find all the fragrances on the Rammstein website, so are they discontinued? And those of you that live in Germany, where do you buy these? Do you order them from their website? Are they sold in stores? Do let me know. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This will be my second favorite. I like the Rosenrot Intense, but I like the original so much more. It was kind of like, didn't like do it to me because it's already something I already know from the original, but this one is pretty original to me, and I really like the Kokain Black Intense. So there is also Kokain Red Intense. They both launched in the same year. They're both eau de parfum. They're both unisex. They're also both created. All the fragrances are created by Alexandre Illan, as I said. This one I did not smell, but it came undone here, so the tape had come off. So I haven't smelled it. And this one also seems a little beat up. I hope it's okay. I think it's okay. Seems to be, but the edges are a little rough. But it is right here, Kokain Red Intense, and again, once again, it's got that what you call it over there, if you can see that. Okay, so this one features notes of tangerine, labdanum, chili pepper, woods, ambergris, gaiac woods, sandalwood, white musk, and tonka beans. Chili pepper for the red. Is that what's going on here? Let's see how this one is. Okay. Oh, I like this one too, but I like the black a little more. No, I like this one more. This one's brighter, and I think the dark one, the Kokain Black Intense, might be a little difficult to wear because it is all very dark. I'm digging the brightness of this one, but this one seems a little subdued. It's not as minimalistic as the original Kokain, but even though it's kind of big, seems not reaching too much. Like, it's not the sillage or the projection for this one is going to be not so loud, but definitely very spicy. I can see the chili pepper experience here for sure. Lots of powderiness. It's got a powderiness here. It's got a very ambery quality. It's warm and it's spicy. Definitely woods there as well. Yeah, this one's definitely great. It kind of sort of goes into that kind of metallic mineral-y quality of Rosenrot without going to be a rose fragrance. Yeah, this one's nice. Both of the Kokain Intense ones are really, really great. It's kind of a toss-up for me which one I like more, the Red Intense or the Black Intense. Both of them are really, really well done. So those two are really great. Oh, I did not mention the price on this one. This one I purchased for $37.49 on eBay. With shipping, it was $54.43. So shipping on all of these. Oh, look, I got one of these things on the bottom to set off the alarm if you steal it. So somebody sold that to me from a store. The thing is, most of these with the shipping, it's about 20 bucks. So it cost me around 20 bucks to ship these, somewhere around $17, $18. So it is coming from Europe. And last but not least, we've got Diamant, and it does say this is a feminine targeted release, but I'm looking at the notes, it doesn't seem uber feminine. This one's also pretty pricey, $48.38 for the fragrance. It cost me $72.91 total. So that one actually cost me quite a bit with the shipping. I don't know why. We shall see. It is eau de parfum concentration. So this one has also been opened already. Bummer. Weird. But this one, I don't know why. I like the bottle a lot. And it's got this kind of, like, you know, what do you call those? A little snow... What do you call it? One of those things? Snow globe? I like that effect. I like this kind of effect in fragrances. Like Atelier des Ors does this effect. And a few brands do it. So this is Diamant for her, for a woman. It features notes of terranol, blonde or white woods, mandarin orange, galbanum, ginger, sage, crystal, amber, grapefruit. Seems like it's going to be very fresh. What are your thoughts? It sounds fresh and green with the galbanum. Anytime galbanum comes up, it's a green fragrance. Doesn't seem like it's used. Oh, of course it's not used, because sometimes when it's sprayed before, you can kind of tell because it sprays right away. So it took a while for this thing to spray. Huh. This is a weird... I mean... Yeah, this one's not my favorite. I mean, it's not a bad fragrance. I'm picking up loads of ginger and the galbanum is very faint. I'm not even picking up hardly any galbanum. Weird. This is kind of a... Huh. What is this? I'm not hating it, I'm just not loving it. Does that make sense? Like, I was expecting something green with that galbanum, but where the hell is the galbanum in here? All I'm getting is ginger and citruses with woods in the base. Grapefruit is prominent. It seems frosty cold as well. Diamond. Diamant is diamond. And there is a diamond on the cover, on the front there. I like that. Does that look good? Yeah, I don't know about this. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not a, like, wow, I want to rush out to get it. It was also very expensive for me compared to the others. So, It's okay. It's okay. It's not a bad fragrance. It's not one that I would rush out to get. I think it develops nicely. The ginger is very strong. I would put this in a ginger fragrances video. It's very ginger forward. Totally is. And I don't consider this very feminine either. Why is it targeted to the ladies? It's very citrusy. It's very ginger. Yeah, I don't know why this is feminine targeted. This is totally like a summer experience. Like if you like a freshie with like some zing and some spice to it, less of on the galbanum, because I'm expecting galbanum. I'm hardly getting any. But if you like the idea of ginger, as I said, with citruses, definitely try Diamant. Anyway, 5 fragrances from the house of Rammstein, with the 2 favorites being the 2 Kokain flankers, and I'll show you those again. I don't want to drop these. The original Kokain's a little boring to me. It's very faint, very, very faint. Here are the Kokain Black Intense and Kokain Red Intense. These, I think if you can get them, I think they're definitely great scents. In regards to the Rosenrot Intense, I liked it. I just thought it smelled very close to the original. And I like the freshness of the original smelling great in humid, hot heat. This one, it's reminding me of the original so much that I feel like it's a little bit of a letdown, but I knew what I was going into when I ordered the intense version of it. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the Rammstein fragrances. What are your thoughts on these fragrances? Are you guys curious, if you are in the USA, to seek some of these fragrances out? Very inexpensive. And even though they're on eBay with that high cost of shipping, I think they're still fairly inexpensive for 100 ml bottles. And if you can get your hands on the Kokain Black Intense and the Red Intense, try. They're not the cheapest fragrances, and be warned, the black one is pretty smoky and dark, so be careful about that. But either way, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. Let me know your thoughts on Rammstein fragrances, very inexpensive fragrances if you are in the EU, and let me know if there's another one that I should check into, because they have a lot, and there's a bunch of them that are coming out. If you go to their database, in any of the databases, and look up the names of the fragrances, there's a list of them. I'm very curious to check them all out. Maybe I'll do another 5 and then do another video, and then do a top 10 of the whole entire range. We'll see. I'll do something very, very soon. But either way, let me know your thoughts. Put a comment down below. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye. Just circling back about the original Rosenrot, I think the original Rosenrot is still my favorite fragrance, and it's an eau de parfum concentration, both of them are. Just this is Rosenrot Intense, this is Rosenrot, and I like the way this the experience of this particular fragrance when it's hot. It opened up and became a beautiful, juicy, jammy, green, mineral, metallic rose experience. That's what I really liked about it. There's a contrast of incense running throughout it as well, and definitely woods and some musk. I think this is my favorite. This is a really, really great release. This was definitely a 10/10. Just like I mentioned, I featured it in that video. If you haven't caught that video, go watch it. But if you like a more ambery, darker, not darker, but like just a more intense version of it, try this one. I still prefer the original Rosenrot. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Thanks so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for another video tomorrow. Bye-bye.